jungle.
Yes, this is real life. So cool. Anyway guys, it's been a bit of a patchy day today in terms of weather. It's been raining and it's also been quite windy, so I haven't been able to do much, but there's a bit of a break in the weather now. It's actually kind of raining, but I just wanted to take out a bit of time to talk about Lebanese people, because I have a lot to say about Lebanese people. I haven't traveled extensively the whole of Lebanon by any means, but I like to think that I've experienced the Lebanese people to a pretty good degree. In the next video I'll be going to Tripoli with someone that reached out to me and offered to guide me just for free, just because he wants to hang out and show me around his country. The day after that, another person reached out to me who's going to take me into the mountains. It's just ongoing kind of thing, you know. People are so kind. In my last video, actually, funny story, I actually locked myself out of my apartment, would you believe? I knocked on the neighbors' doors because I also locked my phone in the apartment, so I couldn't call my Airbnb host Jimmy. I had to knock on people's doors and try and figure a way in. Ended up finding this guy, didn't speak English, but super helpful. He came up and he spent like a while figuring out how to open the door. He opened the door and then he gave me a big hug. And then last night there was a power cut and I asked a neighbor, another neighbor, a different neighbor, if they knew anything about it. He did his best. He went around to the fuse boards and everything. He couldn't get it working, but he said, here you go, and he gives me 3 candles. And then about half an hour later he knocks on the door again with a bigger candle. Let's talk about when I first arrived in this country. I was on the plane flying from Turkey to Beirut. So I was on the plane, I sit next to this guy, we start having a chat and stuff. Turns out he's from Lebanon. After, you know, an hour and a half talking to this guy, he's like, I'm getting a rental car at the airport, so how about I just drop you to your house? And that was my first introduction to the country. We get to the airport, he waits for me to get through the visa process, and then we jump in the car, and the Airbnb that I was staying in Beirut, the address was completely wrong on the website, so he ends up driving me around, calling his friends like all over trying to find this house. Literally, I'm not kidding, 2 hours we spent trying to find this apartment. And the whole time he was so chill and he was just making jokes and stuff. He's like, this is life. You see Lebanese people talking to each other. They call each other Habibi, which is like, you know, good friend or dear friend or my love, if you want to use it in a romantic way. And this is just common, you know, there's just a really nice kind of interaction between all the locals. You see it everywhere. Big smiles and super kind, and I'm just absolutely blown away by the Lebanese people, guys. I always say this about many countries, you know, but it's so true, and I think it's so important to show you like how nice people are all over the world. I know a lot of you already know this, but I mean, I still think it's important to put this out there. You know, if you were to think of Lebanon, and to be honest, you know, I had my concerns about coming here. I didn't know if it was strictly safe, but I knew that there was a good chance that it would be absolutely fine. Get here and greeted with the kindest people. They're not all terrorists, and I hate to have to say that, but that's a common stereotype. I know a lot of people are smarter than that, and they realize, and they're more enlightened to kind of the realities of like the world, but I think it's important to spread the word that it's absolutely not true. There's this kind of like brotherhood feeling that I get when I come here, you know, you're accepted and you're welcome. They're interested in you, you're interested in them, you know, you make friends so fast. Not to mention my Airbnb host Jimmy, who's an absolute legend. If you haven't seen the past videos where we go up into the mountains and go on missions, then you need to check that out because this guy is such a legend, you would not believe. Go back and watch my other videos about when I arrived in Byblos, because what he did to prepare for me to come with the Airbnb apartment and with the adventures that he set up for me is just mind-blowing, you know. It's taking that next step to the ultimate level. In a coming video, he's going to take me out for an authentic Lebanese dinner, going to have an absolute feast, show you guys the food. I'm not asking for these things. These are things that he's offering me, and it's super cool. So I hope that gives you a general idea of how cool the people are in Lebanon. I did say that I'm going to show you a bit of my own Lebanese cooking. So if you're Lebanese, don't judge me, but I'm going to make a hummus wrap. I'm going to show you my little twist on it because I have some alterations that I want to make. But in the meantime, I'll show you some shots of this incredible lighting that I have behind me at sunset, and then we will go up and I will cook Lebanese food. Probably more like New Zealand Lebanese food, but gotta give it a try. So check out some shots and we'll head up.
Okay
Hey guys, welcome back. Welcome to my cooking show. This is by no means anything professional. I'm just taking something that I've eaten a lot in Lebanon and ever so slightly just changing a few things. So firstly, we're gonna need a green pepper, and we're gonna wanna slice that green pepper just like that. And then you're going to need a nice juicy tomato. Put that on the plate, and the same thing, you're gonna wanna cut this guy. And just like that, you should have some freshly cut vegetables. And then we have some hummus, and the Middle East is the best place to buy hummus. I've also got some fava beans here with chili, and then some extra virgin olive oil just to top it off. And then the secret ingredient, which is soy sauce. So the slight change I'm making from the typical Lebanese wraps is I like to put like extra tomatoes, extra vegetables in it. It's like a big thing to beef it up a little bit. And then the fava beans is kind of a mix, and then the soy sauce. So it's super similar to a hummus wrap, but just a few tweaks. So I'll show you guys a quick time lapse of me putting this together, and then we'll taste it. And there we have it, complete. Let's test this out. Got a few bullet holes in the side here. Super delicious, guys. Super easy. Just thought I'd try something weird and put a spin on Lebanese food. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
Jungle.